Hey, the relatives are gonna gather at our place from 6 p.m. Expecting around 10 people, so heads up. One day, my husband suddenly announced this. What? Why all of a sudden? Does 6 p.m. mean they'll be having dinner here? Yeah, they'll eat here. They want to see your cooking skills. No way. We have triplets who are not even a year old yet. Despite this, my husband suddenly demanded a dinner for 10 people while we were already busy with childcare. I was perplexed and started to feel overwhelmed when he began to grumble, after all we've done for them, I can't believe how cold and ungrateful someone can be. I felt too drained to argue back and decided it would be easier just to do as told. I hurriedly finished shopping and started preparing the meal. Everyone would arrive in just 2 hours. I chose dishes that were quick to make and also looked good, and got to work. Once everything was ready, my husband said, "All right, you and the kids stay upstairs in the bedroom. Don't come down, no matter what." Why? I was surprised by his request and asked him. If you guys are around, everyone will feel like they have to help with the kids. Just once, I want us to have a family gathering without worrying about the children. So, I followed his instructions. Despite it being so late, the noise from downstairs doesn't stop. Because of that, the kids had a hard time falling asleep. My husband's loud voice, in particular, echoed up to us. Irritated by his loudness, knowing we had children, I left the bedroom to go to the bathroom. That's when I ran into my husband's sister, Eleanor. What? Olivia? Why are you here? From Eleanor's reaction, it seemed she didn't know we were home. Just wait, this is awful. Wait! I tried to stop her, but she stormed down the stairs with fury. Then, a few minutes later, a loud noise echoed through the living room. I'm currently 32 years old, Olivia. A working mom in the thick of parenting. I started living alone for the convenience of getting to college. Right after I moved out on my own, I met Liam through an acquaintance. We hit it off immediately, bonding over our shared love for travel. After dating for 2 years, he proposed, and we got engaged. Then, we went to greet my parents. Being an only child, my parents were a bit overprotective, to say the least. Not to toot my own horn, but my dad dotes on me. He's strict but kind, always indulging my whims. However, when it comes to my love life, that's a different story. The usually gentle dad would become stern. I was worried about how he would react to me getting married, fearing he might say, "I won't give my daughter away." Deep down, I felt anxious. But to my surprise, Dad, with tears in his eyes, said, "Olivia's getting married? I am so happy." "You must be happy, Liam. Please take good care of my daughter, Dad." I remember both my mom and I were moved to tears by his expression. Next, we headed to Liam's family home. I wasn't too worried since I had met Liam's relatives several times during our relationship. When we arrived at Liam's parents' place, we were greeted by Liam's uncle, his sister Eleanor and her kids, as well as Liam's aunt and her children. A lot of relatives were gathered, making for a lively atmosphere. "Father-in-law, mother-in-law, I look forward to being part of your family. Olivia, please take care of Liam. We're family now, so feel free to rely on us anytime," Liam's parents told me. Liam's family lives close to each other, and they all get along very well. Everyone's really kind, easygoing, and easy to talk to. I absolutely love my in-laws. Among them, I'm particularly close to Liam's sister, Eleanor. Eleanor, despite her trendy, almost glam appearance, is a working mom of 3, juggling her role as a nail technician. She's so popular that getting an appointment with her can be quite the challenge. She might come off as tough and straightforward, but she's earnest and treats me like her own sister. We've been going out together and chatting long before I got married, and Eleanor has been doing my nails every month. "Eleanor!" As soon as I spotted her, I rushed over and hugged her tightly. "Oh! Olivia! Congratulations on your wedding! I was so looking forward to you coming to the family home. Thank you so much." I'm looking forward to getting even closer to you all. Yes. Of course. I'm thrilled. That's how we celebrated, blessed by each other's families, and officially married. Later, we bought a condo centrally located to both our parents' homes, starting our new life together. Since both of us are working, let's share the household chores. Yes, that sounds good. Whoever gets home first can cook, and the other can do the dishes. We can both take turns with laundry and cleaning. Right. With that simple agreement, we set our domestic routine. Perhaps we should have detailed our chore distribution more, but too many rules could have made us both feel constrained. So, this level of flexibility seemed just right. Half a year into our blissful marriage. Ugh, I feel so sick. Olivia, you've been looking unwell lately. Are you okay? I've been feeling off for a while now. Initially, I thought it was just a cold, but 2 weeks passed, and I wasn't getting any better. When will this end? It's been dragging on. Huh? Now that I think about it. When was my last period? Oh. We looked at each other and froze for a few seconds. Then, we finally grasped the situation we were in. What? Pregnant? For real? Am I gonna be a dad? Well, we don't know for sure yet, but it's possible. I'm so happy. I'm incredibly happy, my husband said, his eyes sparkling with joy. The next day, we immediately went to a nearby OB/GYN. You're pregnant. Congratulations. The doctor's words made my heart leap. I'm going to be a mom. I'm so happy. However, the doctor seemed hesitant to continue. Was there something wrong with the baby? What? Is there something wrong with the baby? It's okay, right? I asked quickly, feeling anxious. The baby is fine, but you're having triplets. What? I was utterly speechless. It took quite some time to accept this as reality. Looking at the ultrasound, I could faintly see 3 babies. I felt overwhelmed with happiness at being blessed with children, but at the same time, crushed by the pressure and anxiety of suddenly becoming a mother to 3. Walking home with my head down, my husband, who had just returned from work, was waiting. Today was the day, right? The test. How did it go? Were you really pregnant? Yes. I'm pregnant. Awesome. Thank you. I'm so excited. But you seem a bit low, even though it's such happy news. Something up? It's triplets. Huh? My husband let out a pitiful sound. Then he was silent for a while, probably trying to process the situation in his head. What? No way? Really? My husband finally comprehended and exclaimed in shock. His reaction made my anxiety grow even stronger. What are we gonna do? We're suddenly becoming parents to 3? Tears welled up in my eyes. I wasn't sure if they were tears of joy or anxiety, but it was probably a mix of both. Seeing me start to cry, my husband quickly tried to reassure me. It's okay. It'll be okay. I'll help out, and so will Olivia's parents and my parents, and even our relatives. Everyone lives close by. We can rely on them to raise all 3 properly, right? He patted my back gently as he spoke. Yeah. Encouraged by my husband's words, I began to think more positively. Afterward, we went through a lot of tests and were told by the doctor that the triplets were growing without any problems so far. However, pregnancy was much harder than I imagined. The morning sickness was severe, and the fatigue was overwhelming. There were many things I couldn't eat, and my body felt heavy and cumbersome every day. By the time I reached full term, my belly had grown over 39 inches. It felt surreal that there were 3 lives inside me. The morning sickness was tough, but feeling the baby's movements made me grow increasingly fond of them, and I eagerly awaited the day I could meet them. After about 10 months, I gave birth via cesarean section. All 3 were born healthy and well, which was a huge relief. The triplets were all girls. All girls, huh? It's gonna be lively. Yes. There's a lot I'm anxious about, but right now, I'm more excited about everything. We looked at each other and smiled. We named the kids Maya, Mia, and Mila. About a week after giving birth, it was time for me to be discharged. On the day of my discharge, my in-laws came to pick us up. Olivia, congratulations on the birth. You did great. Take it easy and rest up. Really, being a mom to 3 is amazing. Well done. We'll all help out, so don't hesitate to ask us anytime. Thank you, father-in-law, mother-in-law, my husband, the triplets, and my in-laws. On the day of my discharge, we headed straight to my in-laws' house. Eleanor, my husband's sister, was there too. She came to celebrate the birth. Ah, how cute! Eleanor immediately rushed to the triplets, her eyes turning into hearts. Olivia, becoming a mom to 3 all of a sudden must be tough, right? My mom and I will help out with anything, she promised. Surrounded by so much celebration, we were at the peak of happiness. After that, the real challenge of parenting began for Liam and me. Liam couldn't take paternity leave, so I was mainly in charge of childcare. But it was harder than I could have ever imagined. Even if I managed to put all 3 to sleep, if one started crying, the other 2 would follow suit. Feeding milk to all 3 by myself felt like an endless task. I couldn't take my eyes off them for a second. Concerned about me, my mother-in-law, Eleanor, and my own mother started taking turns visiting my house to help out. The 3 of them quickly became close and got along well. Having everyone help with the triplets allowed me some rest, and just having someone to talk to or vent to eased my mind. Liam was initially diligent in helping with childcare, but gradually began to slack off. What's more, when the kids started crying in the middle of the night, he would say things like, "Damn, they're crying again. Hurry up and make them stop." Make them stop? Night crying is inevitable. There's nothing I can do about it. Even as I soothed the children, it seemed Liam was still frustrated. I'm working all day long. I have work early tomorrow too. Do something about it. I can't sleep with all this noise. I, too, am busy all day with childcare, running around. Tomorrow, I have to get up early to make Liam's lunch, prepare baby food, and feed and give milk to 3 people. I haven't had a good night's sleep in days either. You could help out a bit more. You're on parental leave, aren't you? Do you even know what that means? If not, look it up. With those sarcastic words and a click of his tongue, Liam went off to the living room. It seems he plans to sleep on the couch alone because the night crying is too loud. We've hit a major wall with childcare, and our relationship has started to strain. I had hoped that Liam would return to his kinder self after a while, but his attitude never changed. On the contrary, his neglect of childcare only worsened. On weekdays, he comes home claiming he's too tired from work, dives onto the couch, and waits for dinner to be served, saying, "I'm starving." I hoped he would at least help out on weekends, but he just lazes around, saying, "Let me relax on my day off." My patience has run thin, and I've often found myself yelling in frustration. I've lost count of how many times we've had arguments. Yet, my husband never seems to change, and I've come to realize that no matter what I say, it's useless. This day was no different. Coming home from work, he goes, "Hey, where's dinner? I'm feeling like stuffed cabbage today." This, while I'm in the middle of changing our kids' diapers. It's clear I can't just drop everything. How can he not see that? After staying silent for a while, even I couldn't help but snap, "Look at this scene. Can't you see I'm obviously busy?" To which my husband retorted, "Why are you so mad? I come home tired from work and I can't even relax." Inside, I sighed deeply. Here we go again. Another argument brewing. As much as I wanted to argue back, it felt like a waste of time. Every minute is precious when you're a mother. All right, I'll make it. Just wait. And so, I ended up making the stuffed cabbage he wanted. Even though making stuffed cabbage is quite the hassle, I diligently prepare it and serve it to my husband. Seeing his satisfied expression, he goes, "This is really it." Seeing my husband like that, I've resigned myself to thinking we have 3 little kids and 1 big kid in this house. Those days kept going on. The relationship with my husband stayed the same, not bad, but not exactly good either. We both tried our best not to fight. It's the expectations I have for him that frustrate me. I tell myself not to expect anything. Then, one Sunday, since he had the day off, he spent the morning lounging around, watching TV, and laughing loudly. Meanwhile, I was swamped with childcare and chores. Suddenly, he says, "Oh, right. Relatives are coming over at 6 p.m. today." What? It was already 4 p.m. Only 2 hours left. Why all of a sudden? Does that mean they're expecting dinner here at 6 p.m.? Yeah, they'll eat here. Uncle Joseph is coming today. Uncle Joseph is his dad's brother. He has a stern face and always takes charge of events in Liam's family, essentially the most influential member among them. If Uncle Joseph says we're gathering, everyone shows up, and apparently, he can be quite scary when angry. I've only met him at our wedding and when we announced our marriage. He does look a bit intimidating but is actually very kind and easy to talk to. However, since Uncle Joseph lives far away, we rarely get to see him, so today would be our first reunion in 2 years. How can you just spring on me that we're eating here? I can't just whip something up, especially with the kids around. Are you trying to skip out on chores again? I really need you to cook. Uncle Joseph wants to see how good your cooking is. There's no way I can do it today. We don't have enough time. Here's some money, let's just order takeout or meet up somewhere else. What? There's no way I can say that now. It's already been decided at our place. Uncle Joseph is already on his way. Just hurry up and get ready. After saying that, he plopped down on the sofa and started watching TV again. I can't believe how selfish he is. His attitude just leaves me utterly astonished. It's enough to make me want to cry out of frustration. And it's the same with the relatives. Why would they come over for dinner knowing we have small children? Before the kids were born, Liam's relatives used to come over often, but since I got pregnant, their visits have gradually decreased. Especially after giving birth, such gatherings have become rare. Liam complained that the relatives said, "It's a bother to go to a house with 3 young children," and even when he invited them, they all refused. No, first off, Liam shouldn't be the one inviting them. The triplets are only 10 months old and need constant attention. They must have been considerate in refusing before. Why on earth would these kind, considerate relatives decide to come today? It's puzzling. Ever since the kids were born, we've had visits from just the in-laws or Eleanor, but I never imagined we'd have as many as 10 people over. If it were my husband's friends or co-workers, I could have firmly said, "Absolutely not, please don't come." But with it being his family, it's not so simple. We've been greatly helped by them in the past, and I couldn't neglect them just because childcare is tough. As I was puzzling over what to do, my husband started grumbling, "After all they've done for us, how can you be so cold? I can't believe you." I didn't have the energy to argue anymore and felt it would be easier to just do as told. So, I reluctantly started planning the menu, thinking of dishes that look fancy but are easy to make. I thought about dishes that look fancy but are easy to make for a while and then said to my husband, "All right, I've got it. I'm going to go shopping now." However, I got no response from him. Of course, there was no chance he'd come along, and since he can't even take care of the triplets by himself, I had to take them with me to the supermarket in their stroller. My husband completely ignored us as we got ready. A sight I've sadly grown accustomed to. I hurried through the shopping and started cooking. Everyone would be arriving in 2 hours. I chose dishes that were quick to make but still looked presentable and got to work. After finishing the cooking, I had to bathe all 3 kids by myself. Which really takes time when you're on your own. Usually, I handle their baths alone, but today my husband helped a little, albeit grudgingly, saying, "Hurry up, what are you doing?" Normally, I'd be grateful for the help, but it felt like he only helped when he wanted to do something else, making me wonder, am I just being cynical? Am I just being cynical? Fortunately, the kids were all playing quietly together, so I was able to finish the cooking quickly. Once everything was ready, my husband said, "Now, you stay upstairs in the bedroom with the kids. Don't come down, no matter what." What? Why? Surprised by what I was told, I asked my husband. If we're around, won't everyone feel like they have to entertain the kids? I thought occasionally we'd want a family gathering without the children to have some conversation. But, weren't you the one who wanted to see my cooking skills? You can tell how good the cooking is even if you're not here. But won't everyone wonder why me and the kids aren't around? At least let me say hello. I bombarded my husband with questions, which he didn't take well. Annoyed, he said, "Stop nagging. No need for greetings. Everyone will just think you and the kids are sleeping. It's more hassle if you're around, got it? Just don't come out, okay?" I thought it was odd how desperate he seemed, but I let it go. It seemed too troublesome to probe further. I decided to follow my husband's instructions, just as he had said. As the appointed time approached, I stayed in the upstairs bedroom with the children as instructed. Soon, I heard Eleanor's voice greeting, "Good evening." I hid, wishing I could have seen her. Then, faintly, I heard my mother-in-law's voice from downstairs, "This is delicious." Her voice is a bit high-pitched and carries well. It seemed the dinner I made was well received. I didn't hear Uncle Joseph's voice, but was relieved for the moment. While thinking this, I looked at the clock and saw it was already past 10 p.m. Despite the late hour, the noise from downstairs showed no signs of stopping. Because of the noise, the kids had a hard time falling asleep. Especially with my husband's loud voice echoing up to the second floor. Despite being irritated by my husband making such a racket while the kids are here, I stepped out of the bedroom to go to the bathroom. That's when I ran into Eleanor by chance. Olivia? What are you doing here?" She was surprised to see me. Eleanor. Please, go ahead and enjoy yourself without worrying about me," I quickly said, hoping to ease any concern she might have. "But how can I not worry?" Eleanor seemed puzzled and at a loss for words. I had no idea why Eleanor was so shocked. Then she noticed the children playing in the back of the bedroom. "Wait, the kids are here too?" No way. It seemed Eleanor hadn't known that me and the children were at home. "Didn't Liam tell you we were here?" "Not at all," Eleanor denied in a hurry. Eleanor explained that she came upstairs because my mother-in-law was in the downstairs bathroom, and Liam had suggested using the one upstairs. Eleanor explained that Liam had invited them over because he said I was staying at my parents' house with the children and he was alone and bored. What? I couldn't believe Liam would say such a thing. Otherwise, we wouldn't have come in such a large group if we knew there were young children here. "Are you okay?" "I'm so sorry. Can the kids even sleep?" "Oh, no, it's totally fine." Of course, it wasn't fine at all, but I replied that way, puzzled by what my husband might have said. "Just wait, this is terrible. I'm going to talk to Liam." Wait. I tried to stop her, but Eleanor, looking furious, rushed down the stairs. I followed her with the children. "Liam." Eleanor grabbed Liam by the collar. "What?" "Eleanor, what's the rush?" Liam, caught off guard, glanced at me and the children. His face turning visibly upset. "What do you mean, what's up? Were you locking Olivia and the kids in the bedroom?" Upon hearing Eleanor's words, everyone turned their attention to us. "Olivia? And the kids too? Were you upstairs this whole time?" my father-in-law exclaimed in surprise. "Yes." My mother-in-law, sensing something, looked at the dinner on the table and hesitantly asked me, "Did you make this dinner too?" "Oh, yes." The faces of the relatives quickly turned pale. It appeared that everyone had been deceived by Liam just like Eleanor. The relatives all started expressing their regret, saying, "What an inconvenience we've caused. Olivia, why did you come out? I told you not to." "Well, if it's out, then it's out. She's been saying how tough childcare is and slacking off on the housework lately. She's always giving the kids formula instead of breastfeeding, and even though I've told her to make all the baby food from scratch, she uses store-bought. I have to make her cook for 10 people once in a while, or she'll completely stop moving." He said this, laughing. Liam spoke as if he was completely in the right about everything he had done. He doesn't understand at all. "I've been raising the children on a mix of breast milk and formula because my milk supply is low. Gone are the days when people said formula wasn't nutritious enough. It's not like that anymore. It seems only about 30% of mothers are able to exclusively breastfeed. Liam complains about the baby food being store-bought, but I spend weekends preparing and freezing batches of homemade baby food. Isn't that what most mothers do? Sure, I occasionally use store-bought baby food when we're out or I'm too busy, but that's rare. I mostly make it myself." I've explained this to Liam multiple times, but he wouldn't listen. It seems I wasn't the only one disappointed by Liam's remarks. Eleanor said, "Everyone has their reasons for not exclusively breastfeeding. Besides, with 3 kids, just breastfeeding wouldn't be enough." The look Eleanor gave Liam was full of disdain. And it wasn't just Eleanor. Every parent there, including the women with children and the men who had been co-parenting with their wives, were appalled by Liam's comments, saying, "I can't believe it. Liam, you're a father, aren't you? Don't you realize that? The kids are still so young. What are you going to do if you're like this? Didn't you say you'd take proper care of the kids and Olivia?" The in-laws also started lecturing Liam. Immediately, voices suggested, "Let's call it a night, or we should at least help clean up." Yet, Liam showed no signs of remorse, sighing, "What's with everyone? Am I the bad guy here? Clearly, she's the one at fault. Great, you've killed the mood because of you." As he behaved this way, a figure who had been silent until now stood up from the sofa and walked silently towards Liam. "What's up, Uncle Joseph?" "Liam, brace yourself." "Huh?" Before Liam could brace himself, Uncle Joseph's slap landed squarely on him without a moment's delay. The sound echoed loudly in the living room. Wow, that must have hurt. I instinctively shut my eyes tight. "What are you doing?" Liam, tears welling up, held his reddened cheek. Everyone around was taken aback. "You idiot! You're the worst as both a father and a husband. I can't believe you turned out to be such a person. Ouch. Hurts? Olivia's pain is nothing compared to this." Uncle Joseph shouted at him. Ugh. Whether it was from the pain in his cheek or lack of words, Liam was speechless. Uncle Joseph had harshly said everything I hadn't been able to tell Liam myself, and I felt a sense of relief inside. In my mind, I smirked, "Serves you right." While everyone else was tidying up or soothing the children, Liam sat shrunken in a corner of the house. After being scolded by everyone and receiving a powerful slap, he was too dejected to stand up on his own. Uncle Joseph's slap and words seemed to have made a significant impact on him. 2 years have passed since then. The children have all turned 3. With 3 of them, there are fights and struggles over toys, and it costs a lot, but having helpers also multiplies by 3. I wonder if in another 10 years, I'll be discussing love stories or making Valentine's gifts with them. The thought excites me. Liam and I are still living our married life together. Of course, I've thought about divorce many times, but being on parental leave and having 3 kids, it's not easy to just divorce. Above all, after being severely scolded by all the relatives, Liam seems to have learned his lesson and now fully supports me in childcare and household chores. Hey, Olivia. What should we do next? Should I fold the laundry? He even started to take the initiative to help. Uncle Joseph's slap must have really made an impact. While I'm still working, and it's not like the one-parent operation is completely over, my parents, in-laws, and relatives continue to support us with childcare, so we're managing to raise triplets. Liam has many flaws, but he also has his kind moments. So, I've decided to give him a bit more time to grow, and we haven't ended up divorcing. Also, my relationship with Liam's relatives remains very good. Uncle Joseph even bought us a voucher for a one-night spa trip as a thank you, which he said I could use with my parents. When I told my mom, she suggested, why not invite Eleanor and Liam's parents and go together? She seems to have grown quite fond of Liam's family. We're not planning to use the voucher right away, but when we do go on a trip, the relatives have offered to take care of the kids, so I feel relieved to go on a family vacation. Additionally, Eleanor gave me a free nail salon voucher, and the in-laws sent a lot of meat, while other relatives sent lots of vegetables. Everyone truly seems to feel sorry about that day. Surrounded by kind relatives and my adorable daughters, I realize how happy I am. I hope these days continue.